week's episode of Rampage was main evented by a heavy hair match between Orange Cassidy and Jack Evans. We also had Bryan Danielson wrestle his first match on Rampage against Nick Jackson, and there was a massive triple threat match involving Thunder Rosa, Nyla Rose and Jade Cargill. So I think it's fair to say this show was pretty goddamn stacked. So let's get straight into it. Nick Jackson looked confident early on in the opening match against Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson. Still haven't got used to it. Bryan, however, got a top rope suicida before rolling Nick back in the ring. Bryan then headed back up on the apron and caught Nick Jackson with a shotgun. The former champ of WWE then locked in a Romero special, which he transitioned into a modified Dragon Sleeper. Nick Jackson got an opening for himself and went for a springboard clothesline, but Danielson countered and hit a butterfly suplex, which he attempted to transition into a Juji Gatame. However, Jackson reached the bottom rope. Danielson was in complete control at this point as he laid into Nick Jackson with chops and kicks. He went for a running dropkick in the corner, but Jackson sidestepped him. Nick Jackson then tossed Bryan out of the ring and distracted the ref as Matt hit a cheap shot. Nick continued to dominate during the outbreak. The former tag champ was still in control, hitting Danielson with repeated kicks to the chest. Bryan barely flinched before Danielson managed to get back on his feet and spat into Nick Jackson's face before taking him down. With Nick Jackson in the corner, Bryan Danielson hit him with a couple of running drop kicks before eating a super kick. Nick headed to the top rope and caught him in a slash. Back in the apron, Daniel caught him with a boot, and Nick Jackson had a submission held locked in, but Danielson managed to reach out. Danielson then took out Matt Jackson, who was on the apron. He then locked in a cattle mutilation on Nick Jackson, forcing him to tap out in an epic match. The Elite hit the ring after the match, but the usual suspects came out and cleared the ring. Jungle Boy locked in a snare trap on Adam Cole, and Kenny Omega tried to save him, but got blocked by Daniel Bryan. And yeah, this was brilliant. Really fun start to Rampage. Bryan Danielson just keeps on having these bangers at the moment. He can't be stopped. This was just brilliant. End of the stuff's kind of getting a bit repetitive, but we'll let it off. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. CM Punk then had a short message where he said he managed to beat Powerhouse Hobbs because of his experience, but he was ready to take on whoever stood across him. Before we got Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa in a triple threat match. Cargill charged at Rosa, but she dodged it and did the same with Rose. Thunder Rosa then countered a Cargill and caught her with a reversal. Rose came and planted the former NWA Women's Champ and went for the cover, but Cargill broke it up. Jade then took Nyla down with a pump kick. Thunder Rosa was on the top rope and took Cargill out with a drop kick as we headed to the commercial break. Back from the break, Rosa was all over Jade Cargill, catching her with multiple running drop kicks. Nyla Rose then hit Cargill with a Boston Crab, and Rosa broke it out with a running drop kick. We then had a table set ringside, and she attempted to drop kick Rose. Both of them on the apron, and Thunder Rosa managed to power Rose through. As Thunder Rosa tried to drag Nyla Rose back in the ring, Jade Cargill caught her with a steel chair to the spine, followed by more. Cargill then pinned Thunder Rosa to pick up the win. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Yeah, this was a really fun little match. Enjoyed it from start to finish. Great action. Malachi Black then had a message for Cody Rhodes after their match at Grand Slam last week. Black also said that he hoped that what he had done would consume all members of the Nightmare family, before Jack Evans then took on Orange Cassidy in the heavy hair match. Matt Hardy went for the distraction as soon as possible, but Cassidy was still on top in the opening moments before Hardy got involved again and Evans hit a 450 splash. Back from the break, we saw Cassidy choking out Matt Hardy with a top rope suicida before heading to the top rope and going for a dive. Jack Evans looked to be in control before Orange now headed to the top rope and hit a diving DDT. We saw other members of the HFO came in, but Best Friends and Willie Yuta came out to block them. As Jack Evans argued with the referees about the distractions, Cassidy caught him with an orange punch and picked up the win. The HFO retreated as Orange Cassidy took the scissors and cut off Evans' hair. Other members of the Best Friends took their turns in shaving Evans' head. Yeah, bit of fun to end Rampage. Yeah, it was perfectly enjoyable. The match was okay as well, but yeah, just for the entertainment factor, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Overall this week, Rampage gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I was considering giving it an 8, but just went for a 7. But on the whole, yeah, I thought it was a really entertaining Rampage. Lots of great matches throughout the show. Entertainment as well. Exactly what you want from a Friday night. Yeah, just really, really enjoyable. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Remember your thoughts, comments down below. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to our channel, screen right now. They're greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.